So, today's class we will discuss about the this essay type questions which will appear in the end examination with regard to the jigs and fixtures. Okay. Yesterday also we had the session regarding question and answer session. That means small question and answer sessions which will carry 1 mark questions with respect to jigs and fixtures. Today, in continuation of that lecture, we will discuss about the long type questions which will probably appear in the end examination, and also the questions which will be changed and its format will be changed, but the answer for the question will be same. Even in the yesterday's class also I told you about the if the question alters rather than the conventional question which is in the books, then how to answer that, even those questions also I explain to you very well. In a similar fashion, today also, if the long questions, if they are asked from the jigs and fixtures chapter, what you can say, they can ask the conventional questions like in the medium on 3 marks question or 5 marks questions. They can ask like this: what do you understand by the term locating, or the, or this can be asked in the another way: explain the principle of locating with reference to the jigs and fixtures. So this is the question. Okay. So the question is explain the term principle of location with reference to the jigs and fixtures. So before answering this question, you should have the brief knowledge of principle of location of any object or component or workpiece, especially because we are dealing with the jigs and fixtures chapter, we should have the knowledge of the locating of the workpiece. Locating of a workpiece is nothing but the mounting the workpiece on any holding device in a rigid manner so that it will not undergo any this fluctuation or vibrations, and the workpiece is to be machined with the help of a machine tool. Okay. So this is the basic concept of locating the workpiece on any holding device. So in turn, holding device will be held on the mechanical machine like turning machine, maybe drilling machine or milling machine or lathe machine, you can say. So whatever the machine it may be, but what I mean to say is locating the workpiece. So while locating the workpiece, the following factors are to be kept in the mind. The first one is the main important the criteria that is to be kept in the mind is that while locating the workpiece, the degrees of freedom of workpiece, the degrees of freedom of workpiece are to be constrained. Okay, are you able to understand or not? So the degrees of freedom of the workpiece are to be constrained in the sense, in our last class, in our yesterday's class, I explained you for any workpiece in the space, for any component in the space, it has 6 degrees of freedom. 3 degrees of freedom, linear degrees of freedom are there, and another 3 degrees of freedom, rotational degrees of freedom are there. So all these degrees of freedom, 6 degrees of the freedom, all the 6 degrees of freedom will be constrained while locating the workpiece on any holding devices like jigs and fixtures. Okay, that means in, in, in another words, simply speaking, the workpiece should be tightly held by the jigs or fixtures, or the workpiece is rigidly held by the jigs and fixtures, so that it has no movement. The workpiece has no movement to slide or to vibrate, you can say. Okay, so this is the main uh, this main criteria that you have to keep in mind while locating the workpiece. Then you may have a question in your mind that, sir, if you constrain all 6 degrees of freedom, then how the machining operation or how the our required uh, mechanical operation will be performed on the workpiece. Okay, our main intention is to perform any mechanical operation on the workpiece. Okay, that may be a drilling operation, or maybe a milling operation, maybe a simple machining operation, or thread cutting operation, or you can say knurling operation. Whatever the mechanical operation it may be, but our main aim in the chapter of jigs and fixtures, our main aim is to machine the workpiece after loading the workpiece into the fixtures or jigs. Okay, so this is the doubt you may come across. Sir, sir, after arising the all the after constraining the all the degrees of freedom, then how will you machine the workpiece? How will you go for the machining operation? This doubt you may come across. Yes, it is very good doubt, but I am saying while locating the workpiece, that means while loading the workpiece on the fixture or maybe on the jig, all degrees of freedom should be constrained. Okay, ఎప్పుడైతే వర్క్ పీస్ను మనము ఫిక్స్చర్లో పెడుతున్నామో, లోడ్ చేస్తున్నామో, లేదా వర్క్ పీస్ను జిగ్స్లో లోడ్ చేస్తున్నామో, అప్పుడే మనము ఆ వర్క్ పీస్కు ఉన్నటువంటి అన్ని డిగ్రీస్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీడమ్, 3 linear degrees of freedom along the XYZ axis and 3 rotational degrees of freedom, totally 6 degrees of freedom. These are to be constrained. While loading the workpiece onto the machine by using jigs and fixtures or with reference to jigs and fixtures, all the degrees of freedom are to be stopped or constrained. Okay, so only while loading these degrees of freedom are to be constrained. So after loading the workpiece rigidly, So we have to ensure that yes, okay, workpiece is rigidly loaded on the fixture. Then fixture is tightly kept with the bench wise, or you can say uh, this you can say tightly kept with the milling machine bench wise. Then after ensuring it is perfectly keyed in to the machine on which our machining operation is carried out, then we have to give relaxation for the workpiece. Here I am using the word called relaxation for the workpiece. Means initially while loading the workpiece, we are arresting all the 6 degrees of freedom. But soon after loading the workpiece, soon after ensuring that the workpiece is loaded rigidly and tightly and also correctly on the machine, okay, on which mechanical mill operations are carried out, then we have to give the workpiece at least 1 degree of freedom. That means workpiece should have to workpiece should move at least in 1 degree of freedom. Then only it is possible for the operator to go ahead with the machining operation. Okay. Otherwise, if the workpiece is held tightly, all the sides, if it is rigid fixed, if it is fixed rigidly by all the sides, then it will not have any movement. Then how the any machining operation can be carried out? So it is highly impossible. That is the reason after loading the workpiece and also ensuring that the workpiece is properly, also ensuring that the workpiece is properly loaded, then we will give the workpiece simple 1 degree of freedom according to our requirement, whether the linear machining is required or rotational machining is required by a milling cutter. Okay. So based on our machining requirements, we will give the this 1 degree of freedom. We will give the relaxation for the workpiece. Then the workpiece will undergo the machining operation. Okay. So this is the basic principle which we have to keep in mind while locating the workpiece. Okay. So here the question is, so explain the principle of location with reference to the jigs and fixtures. అది క్వశ్చన్ మనకు అడిగాడు. Or the same question may be asked in another way. What do you understand by the term location? What do you understand location of workpiece with reference to the jigs and fixtures? Okay. So location, while locating the workpiece, already I have told you all the degrees of freedom of workpiece are to be arrested. This main important point we have to keep in mind. Second thing is, and there is a proper clamping and holding methodology for locating the workpiece. See, by using any such method, you cannot locate the workpiece. There is a single methodology, there is a single method to locate the workpiece in the fixture or in the jig. Okay. So what I mean to say is, there is the only one method of locating the workpiece, either in the jig or in the fixture. the standard method of locating the workpiece. Okay, other than that, okay, we cannot locate the workpiece by using different methods. Okay, there are no different methods also. Only standard method of locating the workpiece is there. So according to that method, you have to follow and you have to locate the workpiece, and thereby workpiece will undergo the machining operation, or you can say whatever the requirement operation is there, that will be suitable for the workpiece. Okay. Then comes a question, even after locating all these things, workpieces and rigidly, and after arresting the all degrees of freedom while locating the workpiece, then after ensuring that okay, all the degrees of freedom are arrested, then before going ahead with the any milling operation or any grinding operation, then we will give relaxation for the workpiece for 1 degrees of freedom. A linear degrees of freedom is uh, given to the workpiece, so that on linear degrees of freedom, that means it will move to and fro. For that movement of workpiece, then a milling operation can be carried out. Okay. So like this is the way you have to answer for the question called explain the principle of location with reference to the jigsaw fixtures. Okay, these are the essay type questions which are probably useful in the end examination. Okay, and also you can say, I will give you one more question. So what do you mean by what do you understand by the foolproofing? What do you understand by the foolproofing with reference to the what do you understand by the foolproofing with reference to the jigs and fixtures? Or it can be asked in another format also. What is meant by foolproofing while locating the workpiece with reference to jigs and fixtures? So this is the question. It's a question, maybe a 3 marks question or a 5 marks question. So for this question, how will you answer this question? Before answering this question, you should have the knowledge of the term called foolproofing. So foolproofing generally, you might have heard foolproof. Foolproof means there is no defect, or there is no this you can say go for another test for the equipment or for the workpiece or the component, so that it is perfectly all right. So that is the general dictionary meaning of the word called foolproofing. So in the same way, foolproofing question ఏమంటున్నాడంటే what do you understand by the term foolproofing with reference to jigs and fixtures? So here why this question especially with while locating the workpieces. This question is meant for especially with the location of workpieces, locating the workpieces. For locating the workpieces, what do you mean by the foolproofing? His intention is, what do you mean by the foolproofing while locating the workpieces? Okay. So foolproofing is generally a method which is used by the operators, and it is the only standard method, a unique method in which we are assuming that there is no discrepancy, or there is no, this you can say, another argument while locating the workpiece into the jigs and fixtures. That means here foolproofing in the sense there is only one method to locate the workpiece, only one standard method prescribed by the American Society of Engineers, AAC, capital A, capital S, capital E, prescribed by the American Society of Engineers. That means foolproofing, they have given you the directions that while locating the workpiece, this is the only standard procedure which is to be followed while locating the workpiece. That procedure is known as the foolproofing. That means in that procedure there are no loopholes, no discrepancies, no arguments, no another engineer will come and say that this is not the correct way. So like that they have set the standard method for locating the workpiece in the jigs and fixtures. Okay, so this is the one more question that might probably appear in the end examination, and in this fashion you have to answer the question. You have to answer the question like this, whatever I have told just now. Okay, this is also a very important question which may appear in the end examination about foolproofing. Okay, then I'll give you some other questions which you will not find the answer in the textbook, or which you will not find the general answer, the common answer in the textbooks. Okay, so the question may be like this. Then is a clamping device more cost effective with reference to jigs and fixtures? Please comment in detail. Comment in detail. So this is the question. Is a clamping device, I am repeating the question, is a clamping device is more cost effective with reference to jigs and fixtures? Full stop. Comment in detail. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం ఏంటంటే వాని ఉద్దేశంలో జిగ్స్ అండ్ ఫిక్చర్స్ అనే చాప్టర్లో మనం క్లాంపింగ్ డివైసెస్ గురించి చదువుకున్నాం లాస్ట్ 2 క్లాసెస్లో. ప్రీవియస్ 2 క్లాసెస్ we have studied about the clamping devices. Now we are studying about, in today's class we are discussing about the important essay type questions which will appear in the end examination. Okay, the question is the clamping device cost effective with reference to the jigs and fixtures అని అడుగుతున్నాడు. అంటే జిగ్స్ అండ్ ఫిక్చర్స్తో రెఫర్ చేసినప్పుడు క్లాంపింగ్ డివైసెస్ కాస్ట్ ఎఫెక్టివేనా అని అడుగుతున్నాడు. అంటే టు మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ ఏ clamping device, like, so before answering this question you should have the knowledge of clamping devices and locating devices. So I will discuss about the locating devices, or you can say locating pins also. So so just now in the previous question I told you I told you about the principle of location of workpiece. So while locating the workpiece, you should have the need of some locating pins, okay, or locating devices, you can say. Hmm. So these locating devices or locating pins are required, are necessarily required for rigid mounting the workpiece onto the fixtures are called or jigs. So these locating devices widely used in the industry are locating pins or locating devices are a cylindrical pin or spherical pin, okay, or you can say some other standard locating pins are also there, okay. So question is even locating devices, but the question is asking about the clamping device. In addition to the locating devices, we also discussed about the clamping devices, which are extensively used while fixing the workpiece onto the jigs and fixtures. So yes, clamping device also useful. Again, in clamping devices, there will be a classification. Okay, simple classification is flat clamping device, circular clamping device, or spherical clamping device are there. Then the question is, so why I am saying all these things is, if you want to manufacture a simple clamping device, total how much cost will be incurred? Total how much cost will be incurred? That should be taken into consideration, because the question itself is asking that is the clamping device is cost effective with reference to the jigs and fixtures. అంటే మనం ఒక వర్క్ పీస్ను జిగ్స్లో కానీ ఫిక్చర్స్లో కానీ హోల్డ్ చేయడానికి మనం జిగ్స్ ఫిక్చర్సే కాకుండా క్లాంపింగ్ డివైసెస్ కూడా వాడుతున్నాం కాబట్టి ఆ క్లాంపింగ్ డివైస్ కాస్ట్ కూడా దీంట్లో కలుస్తుంది, ప్రొడక్షన్ కాస్ట్లో కలుస్తుంది కాబట్టి మరి ఆ కాస్ట్ని కూడా దీంట్లో కలపాలి అంటే మరి మొత్తం కాస్ట్, టోటల్ కాస్ట్ విల్ గో హై, total cost of production will go high. So taking that point into consideration, is asking about the clamping device is the clamping device is cost effective with reference to jigs and fixtures. Yes, definitely clamping devices are being manufactured at low cost when compared to the locating pins or locating devices, also when compared to the jigs and fixtures. Suppose let us take an example that if you want to manufacture a jig, a special jig, it will take, I am saying only example, approximate cost of a jig which is widely used which is widely used in the industry. The approximate cost of a jig is around 1 lakh. Okay, but here what we can say is, here the cost of manufacturing a clamping device will not exceed a simple, per unit I am saying, even for the jigs, per unit, for single piece I am saying, per unit the cost of manufacturing will not exceed, cost of manufacturing of a clamping device will not exceed you can say 1000 approximately. I am saying practically also is 1000 only. Okay, if it is a special clamping device, the cost of production is 5000. Then the answer for the question is definitely, definitely the answer for the question is definitely the clamping device. The clamping device is definitely is cost effective and also best suited for the holding of a workpiece at a particular point, in addition to the jigs and fixtures. Okay. So in this way you have to write the answer. So this is the question. For this question, you will not find the answer in the textbooks. So, but what you have to then how will you write the answer for this question is that with with the fundamentals whatever you gained with the chapter from called jigs and fixtures. I have told you for the last 4 to 5 sessions. Hmm, if you understand in detail the concepts, fundamentals in detail, briefly if you understand, okay, then you can answer this question. Okay. So this is the another question which will be asked in the what you can say end examinations. Okay. Then I am giving you another essay question which is frequently appear in the end examination with reference to jigs and fixtures. That is, the question is jig is a complicated device, or you can say jig is a or you can ask of jig is a device of complicated parts. Comment on it. This is the question. Okay. Question, if you read the question, it will look like it is a simple question, but the no standard answer is there for this question. ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్లో ఏం అడుగుతున్నాడంటే జిగ్ అనేది ఒక జిగ్ అనే డివైస్ కనుక తీసుకుంటే దాని పార్ట్స్ చాలా కాంప్లికేటెడ్ పార్ట్స్ అని అడుగుతున్నాడు. దాని మీద నీ కామెంట్స్ ఏంటని కూడా అడుగుతున్నాడు. సో అప్పుడు మనం ఎట్లా రాస్తుంది దీనికి ఆన్సర్? హౌ విల్ యూ రైట్ ద ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్? ఓకే. So for this question there is a standard way of writing the answer. So like this you have to write the answer. I am giving you, I am telling you the answer. Jig is basically a work holding device in addition to the guiding the cutting tools as well as the locating the workpiece. Full stop. In the next sentence you have to write like this: jig has many parts when compared to other holding devices. Full stop. Another next sentence is, third sentence is, the main parts of jigs are the body, holding devices, holding you can say holding devices like this you can say arms, you can say arms, ARMS, arms. Okay, and the other special equipments which are attached to the jig. Okay, so like this, if you take the constructional details of a jig, strictly speaking, it is a complicated one, but it is a complicated one to manufacture. But if you cross section it, if you cross section it means if you cut the entire jig and if you take part by part of jig, look at into the part wise consideration of jig, then it will be very easy to understand the construction of jig. Okay, so out of all the parts, so there are small parts only in the jig to hold the workpiece. Okay, the only major part of the jig is the its body. So around the body there are another small parts which are assisting in holding the workpiece. Okay, our question is that our question is that is jig is a device of complicated parts. Comment on it అన్నాడు. అంటే you have to write the answer like this. Okay, of course, generally, of course, jig seems to be a complicated device, but generally, if you take part by part, if you consider part by part, it is not that much complicated. Though jig is a cost effective, it requires huge amount of expenditure for production of a jig, but while comparing in holding point of view of a workpiece, so jig is not that much complicated device. Okay, so like this you have to frame the answer and you have to put it on a paper, 4 or 5 sentences on your own. You have to frame the answer and on your own you have to put it on the paper, 4 or 5 sentences. Okay, this is about the jig. This is about the question. Now this question and the answer, how to write the answer for the question. Okay, again we are switching over to another important essay questions which will be similar to these type of questions only, but they have the uniqueness in asking. Okay, they will ask like this, one question. They will ask, is a fixture a holding device or a inbuilt part of the mechanical machine? Comment. Is a fixture a holding device or a inbuilt part of a mechanical machine? Comment. So question ఏంటంటే, is a fixture a holding device? Is a fixture a holding device or a inbuilt part of the mechanical machine. This question. This question you will never come across in the textbooks, and also answer also you will never find the answer for this question in the textbooks. So this is not a conventional question. So then how will you write the answer for this question? Question is that is fixture a holding device or inbuilt part of the mechanical machine? ప్లీజ్ కామెంట్ అంటాడు. అంటే మన ఉద్దేశంలో ఫిక్చర్ అనేది హోల్డింగ్ డివైసా, లేక ఫిక్చర్ని మనము మిషన్లో ఎక్కడైతే ఫ్రీక్వెంట్గా వాడతాం కాబట్టి మిషన్లోనే దాంట్లో ఒక ఇన్బిల్ట్ పార్ట్గా మనం మెకానికల్ మిషన్లోనే ఇన్బిల్ట్ పార్ట్గా మనం దాన్ని తయారు చేయవచ్చా? సో మీ కామెంట్స్ ఏంటో రాయమని అడుగుతాను. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వెరీ టఫ్ క్వశ్చన్. So then how will you write the answer for this question? So for writing the answer for this question, you have to use the entire understanding of the fixtures, and also a little bit of common sense is also required. Okay, answer will be like this. You have to write the answer like this. So fixture is undoubtedly a holding device for the workpiece. Okay, but if the same fixture is coming as a part and parcel of the mechanical machine, it will be suitable for holding a few workpieces, and also it has the limitations of arresting the degrees of freedom. So what I mean to say is, ఒకవేళ కనుక ఫిక్చర్ అనేది మిషన్ లోపలనే తయారై కనుక వస్తే మనం వర్క్ పీస్ను దాంట్లో లోడ్ చేసేటప్పుడు వర్క్ పీస్ యొక్క డిగ్రీస్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీడమ్ను అరెస్ట్ చేయడంలో మనం సక్సెస్ కాలేము. దిస్ ఈజ్ ద డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ ఇఫ్ ద ఫిక్చర్ విల్ కమ్ యాజ్ ఎ పార్ట్ అండ్ పార్సల్ ఆఫ్ ద mechanical machine. But if the fixture is independently manufactured, then we can load the workpiece on to the fixture, and the degrees of freedom of workpiece, all the 6 degrees of freedom of the workpiece can be constrained, should be constrained while loading the workpiece onto the jig, into the workpiece and the fixture. But whereas when it is coming, the fixture is coming as a part and parcel of the machine itself. అంటే మిషన్ లోపలనే అది ఒక ఇన్బిల్ట్ పార్ట్గా తయారై కనుక మనకు వస్తే, ఫిక్చర్ కనుక అలా వస్తే, దెన్ వీ కెనాట్ అరెస్ట్ ద డిగ్రీస్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీడమ్ of the workpiece while loading the workpiece into the fixture. Okay, so like this you have to frame 4 to 5 sentences. Okay, I have given you only 2 sentences. Like this you have to think and answer. You have to frame 4 to 5 sentences and you have to answer the question like this. Okay, so this is the overall question answer session for today. exclusively for essay questions with regard to the chapter called jigs and fixtures. ఓకే, అంటే క్వశ్చన్ను మనకు బుక్లో ఉన్నట్టు యాస్టీజ్గా ఇచ్చినా మీరు రాస్తారు. ఓకే, దెన్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో ప్రాబ్లం. ద సేమ్ క్వశ్చన్ను బుక్లో ఉన్నట్టు కాకుండా కొంచెం తిప్పి అటు ఇటు ఇచ్చినా కూడా మీరు రాయగలిగే విధంగా ఉండాలి. ఆ విధంగా మీరు ఎప్పుడు ఉంటారంటే, ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ద ఫుల్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఆఫ్ jigs and fixtures, then only you will be able to write the answer. ఓకే, ఎగ్జాంపుల్కు నేను మీకు ఇప్పుడు చెప్పిన ఒక 5-6 క్వశ్చన్స్, అవి ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్. అర్థమైందా? సో అదన్నమాట. సో లైక్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ మే బి ఆస్క్డ్ ఇన్ ద ఎండ్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్, essay type questions. So today we briefly discussed about the important essay type questions which will be frequently asked, and the questions which are of different nature, and those questions will not find the answer in the textbooks. So these questions are called non-conventional questions. సో ఇటువంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ వచ్చినా కూడా ఇవి ఈసెట్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో కూడా మీకు యూజ్ అవుతాయి అన్నమాట. సో ఆల్ దీస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఆన్సర్ విత్ కేర్ఫుల్ అటెన్షన్ అండ్ క్రిటికల్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ is required for answering these type of questions. Okay, so with this I am closing today's discussion. Okay, thank you.